Joining us now, man who thankfully made the decision to transfer to BYU.
Thank goodness.
So glad he did. Tijon Lucas in studio. Tijon, welcome back to the show. Thanks for hanging out with us after a wild weekend, man.
For sure. Thank you guys for having me out here.
How are your emotions after that up and down game that ultimately finished on a supreme high at San Francisco?
It was just like the whole weekend. It was a roller coaster ride up and down. A lot of highs, a lot of lows, but, ultimately, we were able to get a win at the end of that game, which we were down most of the game. And so I was just, excited to come away with a weekend split. And, anytime you have two road games, especially against those quality opponents, getting a split is something that's very good.
Were you guys aware of the Mark Pope regular season never lost back-to-back stat?
Yeah.
Was that top of mind?
We've heard it ever since we've lost. Every time we lost. Any loss, we're like, hey, we never lost back-to-back games. But, at the end of the day, I think we got a lot of guys with character and, a lot of heart. And, we don't really look into, having losing back-to-back games. We just try to focus in the moment. And I think, us going into that game, we were pretty confident in the preparation we had. It was a lot of mental prep because we didn't want to, use our legs a lot the travel day. But, ultimately, we had success in getting a win.
Okay, so Thursday night, take me back to that because you guys this is one of the best defensive teams BYU's ever had. Gonzaga just goes crazy. How do you mentally and physically rebound, that way to be ready for a huge game on Saturday night? Because that easily could have got away from you if you let Thursday linger.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We just had to get back to what we do best. Even though we got out-rebounded a little bit, which is one of our main principles every night, in and out, we were able to focus in on our scouting report keys, try to take away threes. We know St. Francisco shoots a lot of threes, and I don't think they made that many that night. I think they made only 2. And, that was something we wanted to take away, and I think we did a good job in doing that. And then, we knew they were going to fight hard, and they're a good veteran team. So, we just had to take away their strengths and try to, win and live off of what they do, least likely.
Yeah, BYU's three-point defense and that Ken Pomeroy index, one of the best in the country, for sure.
3 for 23, 13%.
Woo!
That'll do.
Tijon Lucas is with us on BYU Sports Nation. What do you think about the West Coast Conference thus far? Because this is your first go-around with the WCC. You've already played St. Mary's, at Gonzaga, and at San Francisco, in that order, by the way. So what do you think of the West Coast Conference?
I think it's a very good league. They keep reiterating that it's one of the best leagues out there right now, for NCAA tournament bids this year, hopefully. And, those teams are great. We played St. Mary's at home, Gonzaga away, San Francisco away. And those teams, give them credit. They've been doing a great job. They took care of their non-conference slate. And, we were able to, have some fight in us and come away with 2 out of the 3 wins against, 3 other the top teams in our conference. So, WCC is a great league, and I think, we're poised to be a pretty good, defending champ or whatever you want to get us to, and 1, 2, 3 spot, and I think we can do well in it.
Let's go. Okay, let's talk about the free throw situation. I'm not going to have you comment on the officiating because I don't want to get in trouble. But I'll say it because I can get in plenty of trouble. So at 12:41 in the second half, that's the first free throws for the team. Technical foul happened. Someone said something on the bench or whatever. I don't know what happened. But whatever happened, it was good. Because after that, you guys shoot 18, they shoot 9. You get you to the line, 6-6, AB to the line, 3 of 4. What role did free throw shooting play in winning that game?
I think, it played a big part in it. Free throws can win and lose you the game. If we miss some of those down the stretch, I miss some of those down the stretch, who knows the trajectory of that game. But, I think overall we just started to match their physicality. And so they had to start making calls our way because we just, kind of forced them to make those calls.
On offense?
Yeah, on offense. So it's like we had to make those guys make calls. And, we knew what the free throw numbers were, going into halftime. We didn't shoot any. But, once, great shooters and great players get to the free throw line, the basket opens up a lot too. So, we just kept emphasizing, play with force, keep attacking and
there that is, the force.
Use the force.
Yes, the force. And, it eventually, play out. And, gladly at the end of the game, we started to get to the line and, credit guys like, Tiki Ali Tiki went in and hit 2 for 2 in the second half. And then, Seneca hit some and Alex and me. And so, Foos stepped up there and hit some big ones. So, I think we have a pretty good free throw shooting team. And so, one of our goals is, to get up there, be efficient, and have confidence up there.
Alex wanted to make it interesting at the very end.
Yes, definitely.
A little drama.
Yeah, sure. Sprinkle some drama in.
Oh,
make
yeah,
the
yeah.
game
Go for
better,
a three.
more
Yeah,
exciting.
Just miss a three. Yeah.
Okay, Tijan, you quote tweeted John Rothstein of CBS Sports, who said, "Hey, buy stock in Fousseyni Traore right now." What do you think about Fous's rise by necessity because Richard Harward and Gavin Baxter right now? How is he doing this?
It's unbelievable what Foos is doing out there. He's just a freshman. He's learning as he's playing. And honestly, since I've been in college, he's probably the best or one of the best freshmen I've ever played with, just because of his upside and how he's been playing and controlling himself. And he's taking on a lot. Playing the 5-man, you're kind of our leader on defense, talking a lot. And, even on offense, he's been doing a lot of great things. He's shooting, I don't know what percentage he is from the field, but he's shooting great. He's averaging nearly almost a double-double the last, 5-6 games. And, you just can't, respect and appreciate Foos because he's just been killing it out there, back-to-back freshman of the weeks. So, I'm just super proud of him, happy we can have him on the team. And, his upside is huge. And when he said buy stock now, I was like, I'd take all my savings and buy stock.
You
bought it long ago, right?
Yeah,
Buy the
exactly.
Foos crypto right now.
Exactly.
52% is the number, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just dunking on fools in this one. There was some teeth grinding dunks in there.
When he dunked against San Francisco and just hung on the rim with one arm, I'm on the bench like, wow, this kid's nice. Because I don't think anybody thought he was just going to dunk that when he caught it because he just reversed. And people forget, Foos is like 6'6", 6'7", with like a 7'3" wingspan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever have him reach anything you can't grab? You're like, hey, Foos, come over here. You're just like, yeah.
I should though. But his arms are super long, and he's just very skilled and poised. He's so calm as a freshman. A lot of guys get sped up, and Foos is just out there playing like he's a veteran already.
Seriously, his growth has been tremendous. Kind of Yoli Child's freshman year esque. Shabazz and Boye have given BYU fits over the last couple years. Like you and Alex, they're seniors who came back with COVID. What was that matchup like? Because that was fun to watch the four of you kind of go at it there.
Oh, it was a great matchup. Those guys, play hard. They were getting into us physically a lot early on. They jumped the passing lanes. They tried to deny us a lot. And, what we did on the defensive end, I think for the most part we did a pretty good job on them guys. We like to say, if you take more shots than you made points, then I think you did a pretty good job. And that's what I think, we did with those guys. And, they settled for some threes and some contested twos, but we live with contested twos. So, honestly, I think, all our guys did a good job. Spencer got a little piece of them. Gideon got some of them, and, overall, I think we stuck to the scout report, run them off the three-point line, and make those guys shoot long twos. And overall, I think it went well.
You're rocking one of your Find Your Purpose hats. How did that come to be? What went into kind of the generation of all of that?
And I was wearing mine all weekend, by the way.
Oh,
it's
thank
a
you.
nice hat.
Yes,
I love it.
Yes. So I signed a NIL deal, Steel Hats, and they're based out of Utah. And, they kind of, hit me up talking, and I like what they stood for at the end of the day. A lot of times you get a lot of deals, and a lot of people ask you to do things, but, I wanted to see what their purpose was and what they have their meaning for. And, I did my research. They have a hat with Tanner Mangum, who was the former QB here, with a mental health kind of thing and his story on their website. And I thought that was brilliant. And so they wanted to kind of tell my story through apparel and hats. And I think, something I stand for was find your purpose. And I think, I found my purpose through basketball. And so, if you look at the hat, it has like a basketball, kind of design on it with the find your purpose. And, we told my story about, how I came up growing through Milwaukee and all the trials and tribulations and breaking my ankle and going to the NBA Top 100 camp, finally getting big-time offers and being a late bloomer and, just sticking with it. And so I think that the Find Your Purpose idea was, something we found mutually that could represent me and what the company is about. And, it's something that I pride myself on, and something I think people in the whole world can take and say, hey, what's my purpose in my life? Like, what's my purpose in doing this and that? And so I think it was a great collaboration, and just, blessed to be able to do it.
We love the hats that you gave
it's
us.
Awesome, man.
Yes.
We're so glad you found your purpose at BYU and what you're doing for this BYU basketball program, and setting a great example. Tijan, thanks for hanging out with us. We know you got to get to practice and
early practice today. Holiday early practice. Right?
I'll take it.
Yeah, 11 a.m. Yeah,
Rest of them.
Okay.
Hey, let's give you some karma so you can have some energy for practice.
Yes.
Go get it done this week. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Tijan Lucas with us on BYU Sports Nation.